Aha, mateys! Welcome back upon the Seven Seas for today's channel Members Tuesday video, where my swashbuckling members suggest add-ons to reveal and texture packs to review. I can't keep that up. In today's channel Members Tuesday, the add-on we are revealing is the Pirate Era add-on by Tomaxed. Recently updated, this add-on comes in at 660 mine tokens. And this add-on takes up 7 megabytes in size. So become a channel member today, you landlubbers, and let's see what treasure awaits us. In today's video, I'll be walking you through the guidebook for the Pirate Era add-on, and then we'll take a look at all of the blocks and boats in this add-on. Bear in mind, I didn't look at the original version of this add-on, so we'll be looking at everything, not just the new update. Then we'll take a look at the mobs, followed by the structures, the items, and the armors in this add-on. If you don't want to follow along, please feel free to use the chapters, and just consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing if you're new around here. But if you do want to join me across the 7 seas, well, ahoy there, matey! Let's go! So when you load into a world with the Pirate Era add-on, you're given the Pirate Era's guidebook. And in this guidebook, you're initially met with a message that says, "Welcome to the Pirate Era guidebook. Enhance your world with new pirate-themed elements. Press a button to learn more." And the first button we've got here is the What's New button. Now, I'm not going to pay too much attention to this because we're doing a full add-on reveal. This is my first time looking at this add-on. But if you are an expert of the original version, you can see a quick rundown of what is added new here. Next up, we've got Get Started, and it teaches you the roadmap on how to get your first ship. So step 1 is to craft a ship wheel using sticks and a trap door. It says for a tip, you can see all the crafts available inside the Pirate Era's craft book, and you can get that by clicking on this button, which we'll do at the end. It then says to collect some coins, and you need to find a pirate camp and collect at least 2 coins. Pirate camps can be found on beaches. We'll be seeing those in the structure section later. And then finally it says craft your ship using 3 boats, 3 wool, and the materials gathered. Again, the crafts are all available in the Pirate Era's craft book and potentially the crafting table as well. From here, we can see the crafts. So this is where it will take you straight to the craft book. And I actually lied. We'll come back to this at the end. I don't want to jump back and forth between books. We have information on ships. So there are 2 types of ships, sloops and brigantines or brigantines. I don't know how to say that word. Brigantines. I think it's brigantines. Each ship have different attributes. You can press a button to learn more. So we're going to start by looking at how to use. There are controls. And it's when riding the ship, you can use interact or the attack button to lower or raise the sails, which will increase or decrease speed. There's a cannon, there's ramming, and there's storage, as well as repairing and customization. And in terms of customization, you can customize the ship's hull and sails appearance using items that are sold by the captain. More on all of that later. After that, we can then click into each boat. So we've got a rowboat, a sloop, a brigantine, and a skeleton pirate ship. In terms of a rowboat, we can find information on speed, health, whether or not it has a cannonball, how much inventory space it has, and how much ramming damage it does, as well as a brief paragraph about the boat in general. And this is the same for all of them. You get little bits of information on here to work it out. I'll leave that for you guys, but we can also see that there is a skeleton pirate ship. Now, a skeleton pirate ship is a brigantine that wanders in the sea and will attack the player using cannonballs when in range. You can learn about how they spawn by clicking the spawn mechanics, so that's what we'll do. When the player is controlling a sloop or a brigantine, a skeleton pirate ship may spawn around the player. This will enter you into combat mode, meaning you won't be able to repair your ship until you either defeat the ship or leave combat. There is a few spelling mistakes coming around here, but as somebody who does their own descriptions as well, I can understand the odd missing letter. Hopefully it gets tidied up, but it's not the worst thing possible. To increase the spawn speed of ships and get better loot, you can drink an ominous bottle as well, which will cause more skeleton pirate ships to spawn. From here, we can then go back and we can see there are armors, parrots, captain, and items to look at, but I'm going to teach you about these in the mob sections, the armor sections, and pretty much every section going forward. So the last bit I want to show you in this book is the settings button. Here you can toggle whether or not there's a what's new button. So if I turn it off, for instance, you can see it's now gone from the menu here. Not really sure why you need that, but hey, it's better to have it and not use it than need it and not have it. And then lastly, or secondly, actually, we can do the ship camera where we can lock it to either be default, which is first person, we can change it to third person, or we can change it to orbit. So you can play around with that and see what works for you. Or lastly, we can actually enable the skeleton pirate ship spawning. These are not turned on by default. I guess that's just to make sure that anybody who's not aware isn't shocked by it, but you can easily turn it on and off right here. I'm going to keep it off for now, but we may turn it on later. And then from here, that is the rest of that book. So we can come over and have a look at the Pirate Era's craft book. Here we can see a nice little logo and it says, "Welcome to the Pirate Era craft book. Find all the recipes inside." Pressing L2, I can change my page. I believe that's the interact button, depending on what you're using. And you can see the crafting recipes for different boats. The sloop takes 3 wool, 2 coins, 1 will, and 3 boats. The brigantine, or brigantine, I still can't say that word, takes 3 wool, 2 more bigger amounts of coins, a will, and the boats. We can then also see there's a rowboat, the ship will, there's a cutlass, and there are loads of cutlasses, and I'm guessing they all follow the same sort of recipe. So 1 gold nugget, 1 stick, and 2 of the different crafting materials. So we can see here is that dirt, wood, stone, iron, what, not dirt, that'll be wood, stone, iron, and gold right there. There's also netherite and diamond. And you can also see something here with a netherite. So you can upgrade the diamond one using a netherite upgrade and a netherite ingot. I don't mess around with netherite too much, to be fair, so it's a bit alien to me. There are coins and piles of coins and a coin barrel, and these can all be crafted up or back down again, which is quite nice. There are cannonballs, and there are other eye patches and stuff like that. So the eye patch here, you can actually craft it to make it from the right eye to the left eye. Play around with it, but the book here tells you all of the recipes. So that's really cool right there. Nice, easy to take the information. Let's go and have a look at the brand new blocks and boats that we get in this add-on. The channel Member Chooseday series is here as a way for me to say thank you to all of my super generous channel members here on the Dazman channel. Jump ahead of the queue with shorter waiting times and routinely suggest texture packs or add-ons for me to review or reveal on this channel. Become a channel member here by hitting the join button, or become a Patreon member at patreon.com/thedazman and support this channel or any other channel I produce content for. Thank you so much for your support. Let's start by taking a look at the blocks first, and then we'll go into the boats. So we can see up here, we've got some glasses. We've got an ancient chalice. Sorry, forgive me. Let me use the proper words. It's a chalice, not a glass. So we've got an ancient one, and we've got a golden one. There is also a treasure chest here. Now, what should be mentioned, you can't drink out of the chalices, and they do appear slightly low in your hand as well. So I would like to see them brought up a little bit more to be a bit more prominent, like it would be with a weapon or anything like that. Bring the hand back, basically. And then with the treasure chest, you can't actually interact on it to store anything as far as I'm aware. And if I punch it, it actually breaks it as well. So that's me being in creative though, not in survival. But I wasn't expecting it to like open or something. It would be great if we could get some functionality in this as an alternative to chests. But as a decorative block, it is very, very nice. Let me get rid of this guy. And let me just set everybody's minds at ease. The llamas have gone to live on a farm with Uncle Terry. But that wandering trader, he got killed, okay? He got killed. Next up, we have a gilded candelabra right here as well. And you know what we always like to try and do, and I wasn't prepared. I should be prepared. I wasn't. But let's go and get a flint and steel. Doesn't look like we can light it. So again, just purely decorational here. Doesn't look like we can turn this on, which again, I'd like to see some functionality for it. But as a decorative thing, it looks really, really nice. We've then got a golden idol, which if we interact with it, no, nothing going on here. So it's quite cool again as a little statue. I like it. Maybe don't come into this thinking you're going to get a ton of functionality, but in terms of decorational and world building, it looks quite nice. Hey there, Dazman here from the editing room with my accountability parrot here. And actually, this guy over here does have functionality, and you'll see it later on in the video as well. But the golden idol, when you place it down, will damage mobs within a 24 block area. As you can see down here, it says golden idol, when placed down, it damages hostile entities in a 24 block radius. So it's not just cool looking, it actually does something. Thank you to my accountability parrot. We've then got, if I can clear some space, a pirate flag, which again, no interactivity. We've got a globe. And now we've seen in some other add-ons that if you interact with a globe, it spins. We don't have it here, which is unfortunate again, but I really like how they're looking, and that's important here. We then have the aforementioned coins. So we've got the single coin right here, which can, if I can get my buttons correct, can be placed. These can't be stacked in a block. They would be placed down, and I believe they're reusing the iron chain sound, just so you know. That's a little bit disappointing with the sound. I don't mind so much the stacking because these are more currency, and it's just cool to have a decorative option. We do then have a small coin pile, which again doesn't stack, and we have a big coin pile, which is placed down, and it's got the one and only type here. I do just want to say though that when I'm saying things like they don't stack, and when I'm saying things like they don't have functionality, that's just a statement of fact. I'm not saying that it should, I'm not saying that it needs to, and it's not a markdown at all. Just want to make that clear. I actually really like how these look. I think they're cool. We do also have a coin barrel here, and just to do the final test on that one, if you interact with it, you can't take coins out and you can't place coins in. So you can lay one flat down on the top, which kind of looks a little bit cool, a little bit funky, but a little bit cool. It does feel like this is an older style add-on in the sense of a lot of it happens in a crafting table, not necessarily in a block space or through interactivity. We've got a bottle crate here, which is just, again, decorative. We've also got a bottle, which is just, again, decorative. And then we've got a message in a bottle, which if we interact on this one, nothing. I can't seem to do anything there. If I throw it, nothing. Now, I thought there might be something from this. I wonder if we need to go into survival here for a second. Ah, if you place it down. Oh, but then you get the bottle back. Okay, that's a little bit weird. So you place it down and then it becomes a standard bottle. Not sure how I feel about that entirely. Because obviously you've got the smashing sound. Let me just go into here again. But if you place it down like so, go back into there. If you break it, it smashes, gives you a standard bottle to place down like normal. That was because I had that one left over. Like normal there, and it will stand. But it also gives you a treasure map. And that treasure map actually operates as a treasure map. So I'm guessing it's like a buried treasure map. Maybe in the experience section, we can go and have a look at that. No promises, but maybe we will, maybe we won't. But yeah, okay, not bad. Fair dues. And then if I was to break this, you do just get the bottle back. Okay, cool. Fair dues. I like them though. I think they fit a very nice decorative vibe on here. And then after that, we've got the boats. And quite frankly, the boats are why we're all here, aren't they, really? Let's be honest. We all want the boats. So I'm going to put this in here so I don't lose that. We have the sloop. We have the brigantine. We have the rowboat. And we have a skeleton pirate ship. And now, one awesome feature for this right here, and I always like seeing this, is when you hover over them, you can see what they do. So we have the sloop, which can interact or attack to set sails, cannonballs to shoot, planks to repair, or use a chest on it for storage. It's the same again for the brigantine. The rowboat can only be repaired. It doesn't seem to have anything else. It also clearly says there as well, can be placed on water. And then the skeleton pirate ship is not something that you place down really. It's a naturally spawning underwater when riding a ship. So, well, we'll have a look. Let's go down here. We're going to need a little bit of a spoiler for a future section. We're going to need a cannonball, and we're over water. So let's see how these look first and foremost. Let's go and begin with the rowboat. So we got the rowboat here. Sits on there quite nicely. I'm not seeing shadows. I don't know 100% about entities, and I'm not going to do the kill all entity command yet because I've got armor stands up the top. So after I do the armor section, I'll do kill all entities, and we'll see what dies. But with this, if we interact on it, we're in first person here with our camera. Now, full disclaimer on here, I don't like vehicles in Minecraft. That's just kind of how it is. I don't like them. I think they're very janky. They're very weird. The whole controlling thing is very, very weird. This kind of feels the same way. It's not done badly at all. But there's like no rowing animation or anything like that. So it's a very simplified feel to the add-on. But you can move them around. If I press L2, I've got some form of storage here. Okay, and you got the nice little boat indicator there as well. If I press R2, I'm going to punch. I'm also hearing sounds. So it's got custom sounds on these boats, by the looks of it. Not sure what triggers it, but okay. I mean, yeah, it moves. It's kind of like your standard vehicle in Minecraft. Next up, we have the sloop, which if we place the sloop down, here we go. We got a nice, I prefer this. Look at this pirate flag up the top there. Good little design on it. We've got 2 cannons on the side. This looks interesting, this one. Okay, let's get onto here. So wait, what does it say in terms of the sloop? It says, yeah, definitely got custom sounds. It says, can be placed on water, interact and attack, cannonballs, planks, and chest. Okay, so let's go here. Now we've got the wheel spinning. The wheel spins. I think we need to go into this third person view. It's easier. And just trying to move at first, nothing going on here. We can see the turn with the wheel as I'm turning. Not perfectly as I'm turning. It seems to be a little bit independent of that. To actually get the boat to move though, if we interact, we're going to lower the sails a little bit and we get slow movement. We're going to press it again. Got that medium middle style movement. And if we press it for a third time, full sail and wahey the anchor. There we go. Off we go. And then it's just kind of how you deal with the vehicle. If we hover over the cannonball in our inventory and we press interact, we're going to fire. And you fire out both sides. There we go. If I go into survival and fire, it does use the cannonball. So now that's gone, unfortunately. And then if we was to press attack, now that the cannonball's gone, we're reducing the sail once again and bringing ourselves to pretty much a full stop. Is there anything else that I missed? It does say it has a chest. So how do we get the chest on here? Triangle. I've pressed triangle. What is triangle on? I don't know what triangle would be on another device. But we can see here. So it's still using the horse layout. So we can see with the horse armor and the saddle. That's a bit disappointing on there. I guess there's no real way of changing that maybe. Or maybe if there is, maybe it can be. It's a little bit immersion breaking. And I don't have any inventory space to begin with. What if we go over here and we're going to want to get a chest like so. Now, do I have to place this down on here? No. How do I... Oh, wait. 1 second. How do we do this? Chest. No. No, I don't know how we do this. Let's get out of here for a second. Put the chalice down, grab this. If I punch it, nope. Let me toy around with this and see if I can get it to work. Well, there's a bit of egg on my face then, because I was using a trap chest. I'm an absolute melt, mate. But if we get our sloop back on here like so, and we have a normal chest in our hand, if we interact here, there's a sound to say it's happened. And then we click L2 to take over, or interact to take over, press triangle to open it up, and now we have some chest slot. The sloop has 9 slots for inventory, so that's cool. And then if we interact, we can see, go back into here. There we go, we've got the movement like I said before. So if we get off of that now, what we have is next the Brigantine. So we're going to place that one down, and the Brigantine a little bit bigger, a lot more sails on here. We've got the cannons, there's an anchor on there as well. And if we see on here, there isn't much difference in terms of what it can do. It uses the same controls. So let's get on to here first of all. Like so. I tapped it with the chest and it gave us the bigger inventory. So that's there. We're going to set it back into third person, which the camera's still quite close. Even with the sails down, we do have a little bit of movement. It's not a lot and not a ton of control. We're going to interact to drop down a sail, and it's actually dropped down both. Do it again to drop it even more, and we got some movement in here. It's a little bit clunky in terms of movement, but that's all Minecraft travel add-ons or transport add-ons here. But yeah, we're making our moves. We're going downtown. And then with our cannonball in our hand, let's see if I line this up. Excuse me. No, I want to line it up, please. Does it actually do any... Doesn't seem to do any block damage. It's hitting and it's impacting, but it's not doing any actual block damage in terms of the world. So looks like this may just be a boat-to-boat situation. Okay, really janky though with the controls. I think that's just my inability to control anything in Minecraft. And then we've got the skeleton pirate ship. So this is what will spawn around you if you enable it. And we've got 3 super cool pirate skeletons on there. That's nice. If I interact with it, I can't control it. So it is literally just going to spawn around you and try to hurt you. We may visit that in the experience section later. But those are the boats, if I'm not mistaken. And those are the blocks. So let me know what you guys are thinking so far down in the comments. Let's go and have a look at the brand new mobs that we get in this add-on. Now, in terms of the mobs, we've got essentially 4 actual mobs, and then we've got 2 kind of weapons that interact like mobs. So we've got a captain, we've got a captain in a cage, we've also got a skeleton pirate, and we've got a pirate parrot, and then we've also got a fire barrel and a cannon. So let's start with the 2 weapony things first of all. We're going to grab that cannonball, which again is another spoiler for the next section or 2. But if we place down a fire barrel here first of all, we can see it's a piratey TNT. Definitely an entity with the shadow and the fact it's got a spawn egg as well. And then if we was to punch this, it explodes. It has no block damage that I can tell at the moment. I may be wrong on that one, but from what I've seen, there are no block damages. Can we trigger it with a flint and steel? No, but we can just punch it standard. Tell you what we can do. If we go into fire barrel, survival, I've placed down 2 because I had it in my hand. There we go. We punch it. Oh, it doesn't even hurt us. Okay. Fair dues. I probably would have liked to see it do more damage. Maybe not to the blocks. I like it not damaging blocks, but to us, maybe. And then we've got a cannon here as well, which is quite a nice model for a cannon. We can interact on this and it takes it over to jump to exit the cannon as well. Now, I can't actually make it move. It looks like it's got wheels, but I can't actually make it move. I just sit on it. And if we hover over the cannonball and fire, there it is. And I don't think that's done any actual damage. We go over here. No, that hasn't done any actual damage there. If we come down here, though, I want to test the cannon. So let's put the cannon here. And then we're going to interact with it. We're going to spin it round. Could we look at that? Just line it up. There we go. And then fire. So we've hit that. Is there debris? I'm not sure if there is debris. I want to test just really quickly because we didn't test it in the ship section. But I want to do it here. Oh, there is. Look, we've got debris floating around. Hey, that's cool. That's nice. That's a nice little effect. I like that. And then with planks, if I interact, I fixed it. So you can tap twice to do that, and then they disappear, and then you can start to ride it again, even with planks in your hand. So that works. That's nice. And the cannon, quite simple, doesn't move when you're controlling it, but it fires the cannonballs, and it does damage to ships. Not bad. So then next up, we've got a captain spawn egg. Now, obviously, you're not going to be interacting with a captain using spawn eggs. There is a specific way to spawn these guys in. So let's have a look at a captain in a cage as well. And it seems to just be the one design of captain here, just to be clear as well. So just bear that in mind. Want to get these guys just off the edge for a second. We can punch him out of a cage as well, so we can save him. But guys, you lot are going to need to do some traveling, I'm afraid, because what I want to do is show these off. So to get ourselves a captain, what we want is actually a villager. Makes sense, right? We want a villager, we want a will, and we want a bed to begin with. And what we'll do is we'll place down the villager, we'll take our will, and we punch the villager. He now becomes a captain. Now this captain, you can't interact with him at the moment. Does absolutely nothing when you try to interact with him. I'm trying. But if you place down a bed, and I'm a little bit worried he's going to take it. So somebody's taken it. Oh, it was him, yeah. So now he's taken the bed. You still can't interact with him. What you need to do is get either our cartography table, if I can speak, or a loom. And you want to place down the cartography table. And he should connect to it. There we go. Now that he's connected to the cartography table, he will now buy things off of us. He allows us to sell to him. So if we have any of this stuff on the left-hand side, we can sell it to him and we can get gold coins. Now, in theory, if I break that and interact, he keeps the sell. I thought that should change because when you place down a loom, you should be able to buy things. So it seems to be a one and done. Once you've kind of linked him to one of the workstations, if you break the workstation, he then keeps what happened even if you haven't traded with him. I don't necessarily like that. Maybe when you trade with him, I like it. Like, it locks it in like a villager, but that seems to just keep that locked in. You linked with the loom, and now he's a shop. So I can now buy things from him with coins. So my total coin value is 0 at the moment. If I come over here and we're going to pick this, which is a big coin pile, and then interact with him, I now have 16 coins. So a big coin pile is now 16 coins, and we can buy hulls for various prices, quite expensive. Sails, these are all parts to build a ship. We can also buy armor. Nothing is cheap. Nothing is cheap here. But that's what you do with a captain. You spawn him from a villager with a bed and a will. That you can either make it so he buys from you, or you can make it so that he sells from you. I've got a test that I want to do with these guys in the experience section later on in the video. But for now, let's carry on. We have a skeleton pirate. Doesn't burn in the sun, but he does care about fighting. So interactivity straight away. He's going straight for the kill. They seem to... I don't know. Are they dying in the sun, or are they touching each other? Can't tell. They might have like the slowest death in the sun animation here. I'm going to put this one here. 1 second. We've got variation as well. We saw they were varied on the ship. Place these guys. There's a few Oh, I like that. The missing hand. Oh, they seem to be burning in the sun, but very slowly. Very slowly burning in the sun. How many variations are there? A couple. Oh, he spawned with a sword. Run, Captain, run! Oh, Captain, you're gone. I'm sorry. Hey, editing Daz again with the accountability parrot. So the damage that you were seeing being done to the skeletons, I believe was being done because of this idol, not because of sunlight. So I just wanted to clear that one up as well. Thanks again, accountability parrot. So while they're all doing piratey things, the last one that we're going to look at here is the pirate parrot. And that's right here. A pirate parrot. There is variation to these guys as well, so we can spawn those in. And now to actually get pirate parrots, what you need is a parrot, a pirate hat, and some seeds. And now with a parrot right here, what you want to do is take your pirate hat and is it interact? Can't remember if it's... No, I'm wearing it now. Punch with it. Hang on. Yeah, you punch with the hat in your hand and he now becomes a pirate parrot. And then if you interact with the seeds, does he do something? He flies away. That's one thing he does. Sir, can you come here? Can you come here, please? You can tame him, I believe. There you go. He's now tamed. And then you hit him. So now I've got a tamed pirate parrot, which is quite cool. So that's how you get the pirate parrot. Get a parrot, hit him with a pirate hat, and then tame him with seeds. Let's now go and have a look at the brand new structure that's added in this add-on. Do you need even more Dazman in your life? Well, I mean, who doesn't? Well, this isn't the only channel to find me. I have multiple channels, all doing different things. Aside from here on the Dazman channel, I also have the Dazman Reacts channel, where I react to pack combinations and even the odd Minecraft trailer, as well as having marketplace creator interviews, and I'm also building an actions and stuff compatibility list, so I post my findings in episodes there as well. Or maybe you want to see me play other games. Well, the best place for that is Dazman Plays, where I play multiple games at the same time. Or how about Dazman Football, where I play football games, or even Dazman Wrestling, where I hope to play more wrestling games in the future. And that's not it. I also have a website, dazman.gg, where you can find my entire texture pack review database, written reviews, written creator interviews, and it's the home of that actions and stuff compatibility list, and my official podcast. You can also see pack waiting lists and my weekly schedule. But if you want to support me, we also have the merch store at dazman.gg/merch and the Patreon account at patreon.com/thedazman, where you can support the individual channels or multiple channels at once. Or maybe you want to consider becoming a channel member here on YouTube by clicking join on this channel or the Dazman Reacts channel. There's got to be some version of the Dazman for you. Now, in terms of structures in this add-on, there's one structure that spawns on beaches, and it's a pirate camp. But not only is there a pirate camp, and we'll get to that shortly, but there is also the ability for bottles to wash up on, I'm assuming, just beaches. I mean, I've only seen it here, but they wash up, and then obviously you are in survival. You can break it, get your treasure map, get your bottle, and carry on with your life. But that's nice, though, to have that just randomly spawning around. I always like that kind of stuff, especially when it works. I think that's cool. And the fact that there isn't one here, and then one here, and then one there is quite promising in how frequently they spawn. I do reserve the right to come back to that at another time, though, and be like, hey, man, they're spawning too close. But right now, it's initially quite cool. But over here, we have a pirate camp, and it's like a small little structure. I'm guessing this is a quality of life type deal where they've introduced this to stop something that wasn't working in the first one. It's a nice little camp. We've got a campfire. We've got some logs. There's some coins down here, so you can do the roadmap that was introduced in the book. Just get those and take your coins. And then in the barrel, we've got some cannonballs. We've got some wool. We've also got a palm tree sapling, which we'll look at later. And we've got a coin here too. So just to get you started on your way. But there is also this, which is a pirate skeleton spawner. But my only concern about this is that it won't do anything during the day because of the light levels. Now, if I was to set this to nighttime, and actually, let me just correct myself slightly. This isn't a normal spawner. This is a trial spawner. So with mob spawning turned on, how do we get trial spawners to work? Because I don't use trial spawners. Do I have to be in survival? Ah, they work in survival. There we go. Oh, and they've kidnapped the captain. Ah, I've got everything coming at me here. No, I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting this. I've got oh, these guys are fast. Hold on. Hey, wait a minute. Everybody's coming for me. Guys, I'll be back in a second. 1 second, please. Well, that went absolutely crazy, but I managed to get into creative quite quick. So there we go. But yeah, that trial spawner works in survival, and it will spawn these skeletons. And then obviously, I'm guessing normal trial spawner rules apply. When you kill all of the skeletons that it has, you get whatever you would get from a trial spawner. I don't do trial chambers, so I'm not 100% sure. But that is a pirate camp. And it should be noted that while I did like the bottles not spawning too close to each other, there is a campsite right there, and there is a campsite right there, which means these may spawn relatively close to each other. If we just head over here to do a little bit more of a test, yeah, look, there's another one over there as well, although this one looks like it might be a little bit bigger. Oh, this one has two right next to each other, so this has some janky spawn rates to it. Okay, that's a bit disappointing on that one. There's another one over there as well, so these can be quite frequent. There's another one over there too. Quite frequent is quite an understatement. They don't seem too difficult, but you guys know I don't like it when spawners spawn too close to each other. So hopefully that can be adjusted or tweaked a bit, basically. What does this barrel have, just to double check? Practically, it's not the exact same loot, but it's practically the same stuff. Okay, cool. Let's head back to our platform then, and let's go and see all of the different items that you get in this add-on. Now, in terms of items in this add-on, there's a small handful. It's not a ton, and a few of them don't really do anything other than cosmetic changes to boats. So, obviously, we've seen the will. You need it to actually craft the boat. You need it to summon in a captain. That's quite easily done. We then have a whole host of sails like Crimson. We have Imperial. We have Sailor. We have Azure. We have Marauder. And we have Jade. And then we also have a Crimson hull, Imperial hull. There's a Sailor hull, if I say it correctly, Azure hull, Marauder hull, and then a Jade hull. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go back down to these boats real quick. We will come back up there. But with a hull and with a sail, you can cosmetically change your boat. So we've got a Crimson hull right here, and we're just going to interact, and it changes it to Crimson. And then if we do this again with Jade, we can... Oh, it looks like it might be a one and done, actually. Ah, so once you've changed it, I think you can only do it once. Because if I punch it, I get my hull back and I get my ship back. So you can't overwrite it. So this does feel very simplified in how it does things. It's very old school. So let's get another sloop down here. And from here, we'll see the Jade one as well. Little green and gold trim. And then we can get ourselves a Marauder sail. And we'll try and interact it onto here as well. Can we? Ah, yeah. Look, the sail would be a pirate ship sail now. Okay, let's put down another one real quick. And we'll go for a sailor sail. You want to interact on the body of it. And yeah, that's changed as well. So you can cosmetically change what each of the boats look like using those. And then up here again, you buy them as well, by the way, from the captain. The one that actually sells you stuff, not buying things off of you. And then after that, we have got palm seeds. We've got a palm tree. And now a palm tree sapling is quite funny because if you place this down, so you've got this, which is like a borderline guide of what your tree's gonna look like. So you don't have to commit straight away, which I think is an awesome little function. Look, that's changed there as well. First time I've ever seen this, and I think this is kind of cool. Place it down again. We've got another little design. That might even be the same one there, actually. Place that one down. I think these are changing. But yeah, you can see that's showing you what it's going to look like, and you can decide which one you want. And then with bone meal, if we bone meal this, it gives us the palm tree. And now this palm tree, you're going to see, it's made of granite walls. It's then got jungle or mangrove wood, sorry. It's got jungle fences and then a combination of oak leaves, azalea leaves, and potentially another leaf in here as well. That one there, jungle leaves as well. So it's kind of an all-you-can-eat, everything here kind of deal. And it's got these, which are palm seeds, which when I pick them becomes a palm seed block. But it is palm seeds, and you can place these down on leaves like so. And now what you do with these is bone meal these while they're in the tree, and it will give you another sapling so you can grow these again. So very weird in how it's built, using the granite walls, using the different types of wood and stuff. But I don't hate it. I would like to see this get its own wood type. I would like to see this get its own leaves type. But I don't hate it at all. And I really like that little feature of all of the dots showing you what it's going to look like. I thought that was quite cool. And then lastly, for the items here, we've got an indicator for the treasure map, which I think is it allows you to place it down if you want to on this one. So you can get, I don't know where you actually get this from. I think you buy this from the captain. I don't think this is the same as the treasure map that you get from the bottle, but you can just place it down as a decorative block. And then lastly, we've already seen the cannonball, which is the ammo for the cannon and the boats. So that's the items. We've got one more section before the experience section. Let's go and have a look at the different armors and weapons in this add-on. Let's begin by looking at the armors then. We've got 3 full sets of armors. We've got 4 individual pieces of armors, but I guess one of those is actually just a variant. And then we've got 2 which make up, I guess, a half set of armor. It's a little bit weird, but we're going to carry on. They all look super cool, by the way. The majority of these are got by trading with the captain villager, but there are some that are done in battle. So we'll get to those when we get to them. The first set that we have is the full pirate set. We've got pirate boots, trousers, jackets, and hats. Arr, Jim Lad. That's me right there being a pirate. I kind of works with my hand as well. I lost this hand in the Great Creeper Stampede, and let me tell you, I've never looked back, except for when Bedrock doesn't want to work, and then it fixes it. But still, anywho, so that's the pirate set. You don't get any abilities off of this one. You've got next up the captain set right here, and if we put these on, hey, oh, with the parrot as well. Now come on, don't I look sick? That looks awesome. Now this one gives you strength effect when you're wearing at least 3 pieces for 5 seconds, so they're cool, and I really like the way these look. You really do like stay in character, quite nice. And then the last full set is the Cursed Buccaneer, and this one also gives you strength for 5 seconds, apparently, when you're wearing at least 3 of them. There might be a qualifier for it. I'm not 100% sure. In fact, there is a qualifier. You only get the strength effect when you've been hit. So both the captain and the Cursed Buccaneer give you that same thing. I'm feeling a little bit like Barbossa from Pirates of the Caribbean right here, but fair dues. And then we've got individual items. So the first one that we've got here is the Golden Skull. And when we put that on, we are wearing it here. This is got by, I think it was killing pirate ships is how you get this one. So that's quite nice on us there. We've then got the left eye patch and the right eye patch. So if I put this on, well, you're not going to notice anything because I've already got an eye patch. I'm one of them super cool kids that can double eye patch. It's quite nice. And speaking of double eye patch, we trade it over and I can't see at all. Now, got no idea what's going on. And this parrot is definitely judging me. So that's that one there. We've then got the pirate bandana. And I mean, don't I look cool? Look at that. I feel like I kind of look like a hobo. Fair enough. And then lastly then, the half set is a tattered shirt and tattered trousers. And for these, you have to kill pirate skeletons to get them. And kind of doesn't suit my under outfit. Suits the bandana though, so that's quite nice. No effects on these either, unfortunately, that I could tell. And then if we grab ourselves a mending book, we can see, first of all, does the Golden Skull? Yes, it does. And I'm quite frankly going to say if the Golden Skull can be mended, practically everything surely can. Yep, so can the eye patch. The sea takes its due generic set. Interesting. Oh, look, there's little things over them. Oh, it tells you when you're wearing it. 3 set. Oh, wait. Curse of aiming? Hang on a second. The Cursed Buccaneer gives you Curse of aiming? I didn't see that. We nearly missed that. Is it always the same? 1, 2, 3. Let's hover over this. Yeah, you get Curse of aiming. This armor may be cursed. There you go. I'm glad I checked that. I'm glad I checked that. So these can be mended. Well, can this one be mended? Yes, it can. These can be mended. You can put mending on the armors, and the cursed ones actually have a cursed effect. That's interesting. Glad that we saw that. Next up then we have the weapons, and we've got, again, the llamas have come back from Uncle Terry's, so that's not fun. Excuse me, if you could go back to Uncle Terry, please. Cheers, bye-bye, thank you. So we've got cutlasses. And now the cutlasses are all available in different materials. So we have, if I can get this off of him, please. Thank you. We've got wooden. We've got, thank you. Thank you very much. Stone. We've got iron. We've got gold, diamond, and netherite. And if we hover over these, we can see the wooden does +5. The iron plus, the stone +6. The iron +7. Gold +5 as well. Diamond +8, netherite +9. So we can see how that steps up there. And one thing I want to do on this one is not only check if they can be mended. Let's go, can that one be mended? Yes, so if that one can, all of them can. I'm going to grab the diamond. And we're going to do this properly, I think. That one goes in there. Take that off. Boom. So diamond can also be mended. But if we was to put looting on it, it can get it. Okay. Now I want to do a test here with a creeper. If we kill the creeper with a netherite cutlass, that didn't give us anything. If we do it again, gave us 1 gunpowder. Okay, but then if we did it with a looting free, nothing there. Interesting. I would have expected more. Looting free, looting free, looting free. Okay, guys, it doesn't look like looting seems to be taking effect here. Oh, no, it does. There we go. So, not every time, but we got 4 gunpowder there. Okay, so you can enchant it with looting, and the looting works on it as well, which is good. I suppose it always would have, but always worth checking there, to be honest with you. So, those are the weapons. Those are the armors. Let's have a look at the experience. Let's get ourselves into a fight. And let's do one last test. Now we're going to start with the one last test. And for this, I'm going to break these. In fact, we're going to do 2 tests. Let me get this right. We're going to go like so. We're going to do kill at E. Boom. Kills all entities. Nothing here is broken, which is good. So all of these blocks are considered actual blocks. In terms of the boats, though, I think the boats would have been destroyed. Yeah, look, yeah, they died. So the boats are entities, but the blocks are blocks. That's good to know. Always good to know. But the test that I intended to do, actually, it's a bit of a weird test. Maybe nobody cares. But I'm going to grab some villagers. I'm going to grab some ship wheels. And I'm going to grab a white bed. And what I want to do here is first spawn in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe not the kids, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The kid does give us the opportunity, though. If I punch the kid, does he become a captain? Excuse me, if you could just slow down for a second. No, so the kid doesn't become a captain. Good. If I punch you, you do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, thank you, 9. Did I miss one? No, he's over there. There we go. 10. Lovely. Then what I want to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now technically you've all got jobs, right? Like you're a shopkeeper, you're a shopkeeper, you're a selling person, and you're a selling person. So I'm just going to stand here for a bit and see if an iron golem spawns. And there we go. Okay, so all I had to do was put down the right amount of beds. It was actually 20 beds needed. But they all work using the looms, using the cartography tables. We've had cats spawning. They slept in the beds, and now we have an iron golem. So we can actually make an iron golem farm and have captains around, meaning we don't need to keep them separate, which is very, very good. I'm very, very happy with that. I'm sorry, buddy, but you need to go. Cheers for that. Okay, so next up then, what I want to do is get ourselves a boat, and we're actually going to sail the 7 seas and see what happens when a pirate ship spawns. Now I've turned on survival mode and I've turned on the ability. Oh, there we go. I was going to say I've turned on the ability for pirate skeleton ships to spawn, and it did immediately. I didn't even need the ominous bottle. Okay. All right, so then now we're in combat mode, and apparently we can't heal it until we've won this fight. I need it in third person. Okay. Let's see if we can line up across side him. Arr, Jim Lad! Oh, that did some damage. That did some damage. Oh, it's so hard to turn the camera. Okay. Now, this is obviously me struggling with the whole... fire! I struggle. Oh, I died. I died. Wow, okay. Can we go into creative? I like that, though. I struggle with the whole, like, vehicles in general. But that was kind of interesting. All right, I'm going to cheat now. I'm fully going to cheat. I'm in creative. This whole thing here, moving the camera and stuff, is a bit difficult. How many hits does it take to just... Okay, I've killed that guy. All right, so you can kill the skeletons and not just the boats. So I've killed that. Oh, there we go. He's sinking. He's sinking. All right, so I won. Okay, that takes a little bit of skill. That was a definite skill issue on my part. Because, like I say, I'm not a big fan of how it works with vehicles. But 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, wow. My boat took a banging right there. But okay. All right, I liked it. That's not bad. I don't need to check the ominous bottle because it spawned so quickly with the pirate ship the moment I turned it on. I will say the add-on feels very simplified in how it works. Like, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, but it's not very advanced with things. You've got, obviously, the menus happen. You've got a lot of crafting stuff that goes on. Not necessarily anything bad with that at all. But I just wanted to let you know that is there. Vehicle add-ons are not my bag in terms of trying to transport and move around. So that kind of had it going against it. But I liked the way the mobs looked. I liked the whole piratizing things to make villagers look like pirates. The outfits look cool. The cutlasses look cool. I liked all of the little blocks and stuff. So there's a lot here that I like. I think maybe a little bit of tightening up in some areas. But overall, I think this is cool, and I'd like to see some real palm trees added in the next update. But thank you very much to my channel members for suggesting this pack for Channel Members Tuesday. Let me just apologize, though, if I was a bit all over the place or a little bit weirdly making a few mistakes here or there. There is a lot going on currently, both on YouTube and in the personal life around Christmas and work, so I was very much bouncing back and forth. But hopefully I didn't miss anything important. Let me know down in the comments. Did I miss anything? Did I get anything wrong? Let me know. We'll get that fixed. Please do leave a like on the video. And if you're new to the channel, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button as well. We recently just hit 8,000 subscribers, which genuinely means that in 1 year and about 3 days, we've doubled from 4,000 to 8,000. Thank you so much for the support. I greatly appreciate it. And I couldn't do any of this without each and every one of you. So thank you so much. Can we get to 9,000 before the end of December? I mean, that's up to you. I'm going to say maybe I doubt you. Let me know. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!